Welcome back to another review in my Rate Your Music Top 100 Listening Spree series. Today we're going to be covering number 98 on the list, Black Sabbath's debut album, self-titled. This album was released in 1970 on February 13th, which funnily enough was a Friday, adding to the horror and gloomy vibes of this album. Self-titled is a heavy rock, hard rock, and occult rock album with subgenres of blues rock, traditional doom metal, and heavy psych. This album is widely considered the first true heavy metal album, and while there were heavier rock bands that came before Black Sabbath, this album was quite the statement for rock music. Black Sabbath created an entirely different atmosphere from other bands, using slow, crushing riffs, dark themes, and an overall sense of dread within the music that had yet to be truly tapped into up to this point. The darker and lower sound of the guitar riffs comes from the band's guitarist, Tony Iommi, as he lost the tips of two fingers in a factory accident before the band became famous. To continue playing guitar, he made homemade prosthetic fingertips and tuned his guitar lower, which made the riffs heavier and easier to play. On the vocals, we have the late Ozzy Osbourne. Rather than overpowering the riffs, he floats over them, providing very haunting and ghostly vocals. His voice is super iconic and fits nicely into the overall vibe of the record, making it feel like you're listening to someone trapped inside of a horror movie. Now, taking a look at some of the themes on this album, unlike later metal music that often glorified darkness and evil, this album is more about being terrified by evil. Across the record, there are themes of fear, evil, death, war, paranoia, and supernatural imagery. On the title track, Ozzy is singing from a place of pure terror, as the narrator of the song encounters a mysterious black figure and desperately begs God for help. Another standout track for me was NIB. There's no confirmed meaning for the song name, but many fans have interpreted the title as meaning Nativity in Black or Name in Blood. This track is very strange, as it is essentially a love song, but is told from Satan's perspective. The narrator, who is often interpreted as Lucifer, falls in love with a human and decides he's willing to give up his power and change for them. Now, the first time I heard this song, I kind of just assumed it was about worshipping Satan, but the true meaning throws a very interesting twist, as this track is less about devil worship and more about flipping the audience's expectations. Instead of Satan corrupting someone, the story imagines him becoming more human because of love, which is just a super interesting concept in my opinion. Now, onto my actual opinions on this record. Honestly, I was pretty excited to listen to it for the first time. I'm not familiar with any of Black Sabbath's work, besides Crazy Train, which is a solo Ozzy Osbourne song, and, well, who doesn't know that song? But I was really looking forward to listening to some just heavy, crushing music, and I got what I wanted. I really thought this was a great listen. I listened to it while at the gym, and I was definitely feeling it off first impressions. I went back later and gave it a more active listen, and it was sounding even better. I added literally every song off this album to my playlist, and this album is quite concise at only 39 minutes long, meaning every song has to hit with no time for nonsense. The title track was a great start to the album. I love a nice slow burn into a huge climax, and mixing that with the freakish and ominous vibes of this record was a great match for me. I also need to bring attention to this scary ass album cover. I mean, what is even on my screen? It is so unsettling, it's awesome. It is definitely fitting for the vibes of the record. But yeah, overall, I really did enjoy listening to this record. Again, there will be more Black Sabbath coming down the line, so it's nice to start with their debut album to see how their music progresses and evolves. I'm going to be busy the next couple of days with work and visiting my girlfriend, so I don't think my next review will be coming out tomorrow, but I'll try my best to get it done ASAP. And I'm going to be covering number 97 on the list, Midnight Marauders by A Tribe Called Quest, which I'm super excited for, as I've been meaning to get into A Tribe Called Quest for years. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this review. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe, leave your opinions in the comments, and I will see you in the next one.